Imagine a planet, invisible, massive, cold, silent, so far from the sun that if we tried to reach it today, it would take over 10,000 years with our current technology. This planet has never been seen, but it leaves traces. Like a cosmic ghost, it tugs at the solar system from the shadows. It nudges, it pulls, it bends. Tiny objects, far beyond Neptune, follow strange, clustered paths, as if something huge out there is twisting their orbits, yet remains unseen. For years, astronomers have suspected there may be a ninth planet hiding in the darkness, a silent giant, orbiting over 600 times farther from the sun than Earth. And now, new evidence has reignited the search. In 2024, a team of scientists released a detailed analysis suggesting that this object may have gone unnoticed for decades, hidden in plain sight, buried in archived data. They haven't seen the planet, but they've seen its footprints, and those prints are getting sharper. But what exactly is Planet 9? Is it real, or just a reflection of our craving for cosmic mystery? Get ready to dive into a story that blends cutting-edge science, invisible data, futuristic telescopes, and a planet that could reshape everything we thought we knew about our solar system. If Planet 9 really exists, it's not just another dot on the cosmic map. We're talking about something massive, mysterious, and that challenges everything we thought we knew about the solar system. So what exactly is this planet? The leading theory suggests that Planet 9 could have 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth. That would place it in a curious category, a super-Earth or mini-Neptune, a type of planet that's common in other star systems, but oddly absent in ours, at least in the regions we've explored so far. If confirmed, it would be the first super-Earth in our solar system, a dense, cold, and probably gaseous world, orbiting so far from the sun that even our most powerful telescopes haven't spotted it directly. Its orbit? Borderline absurd. Planet 9 is believed to orbit at an average distance of 600 astronomical units, AU, from the sun. That's 600 times the distance between Earth and the sun. For comparison, Neptune, currently our most distant known planet, is just 30 AU away. So Planet 9 would be drifting in a place where sunlight is barely a whisper. Out there, it's like trying to light up a stadium with a dying flashlight. Even at noon, the sky would look like a gloomy sunset here on Earth. And get this, a single year on Planet 9 could last 10,000 to 20,000 Earth years. You would be born, live, and die, and it still wouldn't complete even a tiny sliver of its orbit. But why haven't we seen it? Simple. It barely reflects any light. Even if its surface is somewhat reflective, the sunlight it receives is so weak that almost nothing bounces back. And whatever faint signal does reflect is buried in a sea of background stars, galaxies, asteroids, and digital noise in telescope data. In fact, Planet 9 might have been photographed multiple times already, just never recognized for what it was. It could be hiding in NASA or ESA archives, invisible in plain sight. Now, imagine what it's like on this world. If it's rocky, it's likely buried under layers of frozen methane, nitrogen, or water ice. If it's gaseous, like a mini Neptune, it would have a thick atmosphere of hydrogen and helium, with temperatures near absolute zero, and winds that could rip steel apart. It's like a banished Neptune, exiled to eternal darkness. That's one of the biggest mysteries. How could such a massive planet end up so far from the sun? One theory suggests it formed closer in, among the gas giants, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and was ejected in the early days of the solar system during a chaotic gravitational reshuffling. Jupiter may have given it a brutal kick that launched it into deep space, yet still bound to the sun. Another bolder idea says it wasn't born here at all. It may be a rogue planet, a wanderer from the void between stars, captured by the sun's gravity as it passed by. Either way, its existence would rewrite our history. It could be the missing link to understanding how planets form, migrate, and evolve. A fossil from the dawn of time, still orbiting out there, waiting to be found. If confirmed, Planet 9 would redefine the solar system. our entire model of planetary formation would need revision. We'd have to explain how something so large could stay stable in such a distant, eccentric orbit. It could also be a new kind of world, a bridge between rocky Earth-like planets and gas giants. A planetary experiment that nature forgot, abandoned in the shadows. Finding it wouldn't just be a triumph of astronomy. It would be a turning point in human scientific history, and we're getting closer than ever. If Planet 9 really exists, why haven't we seen it yet? The answer doesn't lie in sharp images, but in the shadows it leaves behind. What's at stake isn't what we can observe directly, but rather the strange behavior of other objects in the solar system, clues scattered like footprints, as if a hidden giant were quietly reshaping the cosmic stage. It all started when astronomers noticed something odd in the Kuiper Belt, an enormous region beyond Neptune filled with icy objects and dwarf planets. Some of these objects, like Sedna, 2012 VP113, and others called ETNOs, extreme trans-Neptunian objects, were behaving strangely. Their orbits were clustered, curved in the same direction, as if something unseen was steering them. That shouldn't happen. According to the laws of gravity as we know them, those objects should be spread out randomly. But the data revealed a pattern. It was as if they were all being nudged toward one side, dancing around a partner who hadn't yet stepped onto the stage. Things got even more intriguing when simulations by astronomers Konstantin Batygin and Mike Brown from Caltech showed that adding a massive and distant planet to the model, something 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth, made everything click. The orbits of those Kuiper Belt objects finally made sense. It was like finding the missing piece of a cosmic puzzle. This hypothetical planet didn't just explain the orbital alignment, it also accounted for bizarre behaviors like perpendicular or even retrograde orbits, completely out of sync with the rest of the solar system. These anomalies may be the result of a phenomenon known as gravitational shepherding, where a massive body slowly influences the paths of smaller ones over millions of years. It doesn't even need to be close. Its presence is felt like an invisible force guiding unaware objects across deep space. Imagine a shepherd herding a distant flock with nothing but subtle gestures. But here's the catch. No one has actually seen this planet yet. That's where the real challenge lies. If it exists, it must be extremely far away. So far that any sunlight it reflects would be incredibly faint, millions of times dimmer than Neptune. It might be hiding in some overlooked patch of sky, camouflaged among thousands of background stars. Still, astronomers keep looking. Today, observatories around the world are locked onto this mission, patiently scanning the deep sky. They're searching for a dot that moves so slowly it might take days to notice any change in position. Planet 9, if it's out there, would be crawling along the solar system's edge in an orbit so vast it could take up to 20,000 years to complete a single trip around the Sun. Some scientists argue we might be seeing patterns where there are none, suggesting the evidence could be a statistical illusion. Others propose that interactions between multiple small Kuiper Belt objects might produce these effects on their own. But so far, none of these alternatives has explained all the data as convincingly as the presence of a distant, massive planet. With each new strange object discovered, the Planet 9 hypothesis grows stronger. Even without a single direct image, it takes shape in the vacuum of space like a shadow that won't go away. Science, in this case, acts like a cosmic detective. Where there is no light, we look for the distortions, the footprints, the subtle disturbances that reveal an absent presence. And that presence may be real. Maybe Planet 9 is really out there, silent, massive, orbiting at the fringes of the unknown, while down here on Earth, we keep trying to decipher the quiet signals it left behind. This hypothetical planet could be more than 100 billion kilometers from the Sun right now, following a highly elongated orbit that takes up to 20,000 years to complete a single revolution. At that staggering distance, sunlight is too weak to reflect off its surface in any meaningful way. Even a giant object, if far enough and dark enough, becomes nearly invisible to us. To make matters worse, the sky is enormous. Searching for this celestial body is like hunting for a needle in a cosmic haystack, and this haystack has billions of stars. If Planet 9 happens to lie near the plane of the Milky Way, Where stars crowd together in high density, the challenge grows. It could be fully camouflaged among the stellar backdrop. And then there's its pace, or lack thereof. Planet 9 would move painfully slowly. While nearby planets shift positions within days, Planet 9 might take months to move a single pixel in astronomical images. Detecting it means comparing images taken weeks or even months apart, scanning carefully for the slightest change. Its appearance doesn't help either. Planet 9 may be a frozen world with a dark, icy surface and a thin atmosphere, reflecting very little light. Its albedo, the measure of how much light it reflects, could be so low that it behaves like a lump of coal in the dark, billions of kilometers away. Still, the hunt is on. Powerful telescopes like Subaru in Hawaii are scanning targeted areas of the sky where orbital models suggest the planet might be hiding. Soon, the long-awaited Vera Rubin Observatory will begin operations, capturing the night sky with unprecedented detail. If Planet 9 is out there, this may be our best shot at spotting its faint silhouette. But what if Planet 9 isn't a planet at all? Some bold theories propose that the object disturbing the orbits of distant bodies might actually be a primordial black hole, something the size of a bowling ball but with the mass of Earth or more formed during the early universe. It wouldn't emit light, wouldn't reflect anything, and would remain completely invisible, except through its gravitational influence. A ghostly anomaly at the edge of our solar system. This idea is extreme, and most scientists still believe in the super-Earth hypothesis, a massive icy planet on the outer rim. But the fact that such wild scenarios are even on the table shows how deep the mystery runs. Planet 9 might be the missing link in our understanding of the solar system's structure, or perhaps the first glimpse into something even more extraordinary. Imagine the moment a new image appears. A subtle point, almost insignificant, but it moves, slowly, yet with intent. Scientists around the world freeze. The confirmation arrives. It's not a glitch, not a noise. It's real. Planet 9 has finally been found. And then what? The first wave is pure euphoria. Decades of suspicion, calculations, and frustration collapse into a single moment of triumph. For the first time in over 150 years since Neptune's discovery, humanity officially adds a new planet to the solar system. Textbooks change. Star charts are redrawn. Our cosmic neighborhood gains a new identity. But this is just the beginning. Every telescope on Earth turns to that distant world. We want to know everything. Its mass, its true size, atmospheric composition, internal structure, potential moons, rings. Each data point is a breadcrumb that leads us back through the solar system's hidden past. If Planet 9 is indeed a frozen super-Earth, a question instantly rises. Why is it so far away? Was it pushed to the edge during the early chaos of planetary formation? Or did it form alone in the cold silence of deep space? And what if it didn't belong here at all? Some models suggest Planet 9 may be an outsider, a rogue world, ejected from another star system, captured by the Sun billions of years ago. If so, it's a cosmic spy, a relic from another place drifting through our stellar backyard. Another possibility, just as mind-bending. What if Planet 9 is a type of world
we've never seen before?
A category between Earth and Neptune, with a thick hydrogen atmosphere and a surface cloaked in ice and metallic rock. A planet that breaks the rules of our current definitions. The cultural impact? Massive. The idea that new worlds might still be hiding in our own solar system would reignite the public's passion for space. Headlines would explode, conspiracy theories would flourish, and Hollywood? They'd turn this into movies, shows, maybe even religions. Unmanned missions would be drafted. First flybys, then orbiters, maybe one day landers. But reaching Planet 9 is no small feat. The journey would take decades, maybe centuries, with today's tech. This isn't just a new world, it's a test of scale, time, and ambition. In the end, it might force us to face something bigger. The solar system as we learned it in school was just the beginning. There's far more out there, hidden in the dark. If Planet 9 is truly out there, then the unknown is far from over. Subscribe to Nebulaverse and dive into what's still hidden in the dark.